Hey guys, hope everyone is doing good. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to see how we can blend pencil colors with a very smooth finishing, just like how it is on this reference picture. Now, this was a requested video, so I will try my best to explain this process in easy manner, and let's see how we can do this one. Also guys, if you're watching the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing and press the bell icon to stay notified of the upcoming uploads. Also check out the playlist for other such informative tutorials. Firstly, we will start the base with a plain color, like a solid color. For that, I think alcohol based markers are quite good option because it spreads the color evenly over the surface, and I am using this marker from the Ohuhu range. I shall be mentioning the links of all the materials in the description box below. Also, while coloring with the marker, we'll try to give a very flat, uniform layout of the color without making it very patchy. For choosing the marker, you can go with the lightest shade on your reference picture. I shall be using the pencil colors from the Faber-Castell Polychromos range. Now, these are one of my favorite color pencils, and I don't have the exact shade as in the reference picture, guys. So, I'm choosing the pencils which is available with me, and here are few important things you can understand before you move with your pencil color blending. First is the amount of pressure and how you can control the saturation of the color using your pressure. When you apply very light pressure, you get that least amount of the color. So guys, in this manner you can get different levels of saturation of the color just with your pressure of the hand. When you observe the reference picture, you can see that in some portion the color is very dark because of the darker shadows or maybe some folds. So anyway, we have to understand that from the observation of the picture, and we can always use the pressure of our hand to give the needed saturation of the color. So here you can see that when I want to increase the saturation, I will keep on layering over that color using very soft stroke. So again guys, we will not go at a very dark stroke at the beginning. We will keep on layering the color so that we can increase the saturation slowly. Now, doing pencil blending is all about your time and how you layer your colors using very soft strokes. Also, if needed, you can increase your pressure, guys. When you want maximum of the color, you can definitely increase the pressure of your hand. So here you can see pressure and the stroke is important to get the different layers of the color, different levels of the color, like the different saturations of the color using just the single color pencil. Here I'm trying a gradation, that how you can start with very soft strokes, lighter strokes, and keep on layering the color and also increasing the pressure slowly and getting the maximum of the color. So this way you can always practice your swatches in a separate paper with your pencil colors. The more you practice, the more your hands get better and better with the needed manipulation of the pencil colors. So pencil color blending can be little tough at the beginning, but it's actually very interesting, and we need to give our time, and has to be very slow in the process, but definitely it's very interesting and very useful medium to create some textures and some smooth blending, like certain fabrics which are very smooth on the surface. So we can also see that here how we have manipulated the single pencil color to create different levels, different gradation. So here you can see how you can apply your strokes. Always use this kind of circular manner, and in a very smaller portion. You can see the actual speed of my working here, and I'm going very slow, and on one point I'm just creating this kind of little circular manner so that we get that total intensity of the color, and the paper doesn't show any surface. It has to be very smooth on the paper, and your paper is also very important. Always use very smooth surfaced paper. I'm using Bristol paper here. I will be providing the links in the description box. You can go and check it out. So let's move to the illustration now. Starting with the lightest shade here, which is available with me, the shade in light flesh, and we will start from the corner actually, and you can see that which portion has more of the color intensity. So this manner you can check out your picture. Always study your reference picture, your fabric very closely, and see where it has more of the darker shade, and always try doing the color from one corner in a very slow process. Here you can see guys, this is the actual speed, and it was actually a time consuming process, but the final result was very good. So don't rush with your blending. You can see I'm giving very softer strokes in this kind of circular manner. So you can see guys, the amount of pressure I'm putting, it is very softer on the hands. I'm not putting very darker shade. Here we will go very slow since this is the first layer of color. With each layering of the color we'll keep on increasing the intensity. And one more thing which is very important is that always keep your pencil very sharp, because if your pencil is blunt it won't be able to cover all the surface of the paper. It will create a textured effect. So always keep your pencil sharp. In between you can go and sharpen your pencil so that you have a fine pointed lead with you. And I think for pencil color blending, three things are very important. One is your paper, the other one would be the pencil colors, because not all the pencil colors are very good for blending, and it depends on the quality of the pencil colors, because not all pencil colors layer very good. So with Polychromos you are able to layer the colors, which again gives that different variation. So yeah, pencil colors are also important. And the third would be the technique, that whether you are following the correct technique or not. So total, these three things are very important to master the art of blending. So here is a point where I will apply the gradation effect, like manipulating the pressure, where I want the most of the saturation color, where I want less of the color. So this way guys, there is no shortcut to it. Now especially pay your attention to this portion guys in the center, where I am giving this kind of very small strokes in circular manner, and this was little time consuming to cover all of this space. And I'm increasing the speed of the video guys, because the video was getting very lengthy. So if you want to see it in a slower process, you can go to the YouTube settings and decrease the speed. But I was going with very softer strokes, and here you can see the layering of the color, that the color has to sit very well on the paper. And that's why always choose a lighter shade with you. Now one more thing guys, that I have taken total 4 colors to get the desired shading here. You can also take 3 colors or even 2 colors, because there is no correct numbering of colors at how many colors we need to layer. So this was with the lighter shade. Now I'm going with the second shade of the color, which is just a little bit darker than this one, and you can see how pointed the lead is. So firstly I will go on the fold section so that I can give that fine fold line. And here also I will give very softer strokes, because we will not increase the stroke just at the beginning. So I hope by now you guys are clear that what are the main things to understand. The first would be very important is the pressure, that we will not increase the pressure just at the beginning. We will go very softly, very slowly, and we will try to manipulate that pressure, and keep practicing the gradation effect guys, because the more you practice, the more your hand gets better and better. And keep your pencil pointed, that is another very important thing. And keep it pointed so that you can reach out to all the textured look of the paper, because paper has a certain texture to it. So we will try to use as smooth paper as possible. And I think ivory sheet or this kind of Bristol sheets are very good for doing pencil color layering. So you can choose accordingly which paper you want to choose, but try to choose a very smooth paper if you want to do a very smooth kind of blending. Also use the pointed pencil lead for doing all the little details, like giving the crease lines or maybe this kind of smaller fold lines. So if the garment is very tiny, so it might have this kind of tiny details. So for that also use a very pointed pencil lead. And coming to this section guys, here you can see again I'm layering it over that lighter color which we did at the beginning and giving the same effect of the strokes, like this kind of circular motion. And here is again the actual speed guys. So in the similar manner, we are layering the second color over the first color which we did at the first time. So this is the layering of color guys, increasing the saturation and the shade. So here you can see I have given the second color, and now we will blend the color. Now this is where it becomes interesting, the blending portion. And I'm using the first color again to blend the second color. So what happens when you give two colors, one would be the lighter color, the second would be the darker color, and you put the first color, that is a lighter color, second you put the darker color, and use the first color to blend in the darker color. So it's something like a color is on the top of the other color, and together it will blend and create this kind of nice smooth surface. Now while blending guys, pressure is again very important factor. If you want the blending to be very smooth, you increase your pressure, you give maximum of your pressure so that the color kinds of just lays very flat on the paper. So here you can see I'm giving maximum of my pressure to create this kind of smooth layering. And for blending, some people also use the white medium. I also use a white medium whenever it's needed, but here this lighter color is already very light, so I'm not going with any other pencil like a white color maybe. So sometimes we can also blend using the white color pencil which is already available on the set of the pencil colors. So for blending guys, try to use similar colors like a lighter color, a darker color from the same color family possible, so that you have similar colors with you and the blending can be as smooth as possible. So for most of the blending portion here guys, I've used these two color pencils, and they are very similar to each other, so I also use this for my skin tone blending. So here guys, I'm going with the third color now, which is little bit darker than the last color, the previous color. And the process gets same guys, that we will layer the color, and then we will again blend it with the lighter color of this version, or maybe the first color which we used. So here it's all about layering the color and then blending it, and your pressure, that where you want that little gradation happening. So here you can see I have also used gradation in the corner, it's extreme dark, and as it's coming towards the center, the pressure I'm using it slowly and softly to give this kind of smooth effect. So here all together is coming, and it's giving me the desired effect. Lastly, adding the fourth layer using this darker brown, the walnut brown, and you can see how pointed my pencil is, going very slow and giving a fine layering here, and kind of outlining this corner portion, because here it's more darker, the shadow portion is more here. So on this portion you can go and create the final layering. So guys, this is how I have layered all the four colors, and if needed you can go back with any of the color in between and put it and layer it. So it has no certain rules, you can keep on blending it, keep on layering it till you are satisfied, till you get that smooth layering, and apply more pressure towards the end, because the colors keep on layering and piling up. So when you put more pressure, all the color they get a very smooth blend. So guys, choosing the correct pencil color, I think it's most important here, because some pencil colors might not be as good for blending. So you should choose something which will give you a smooth layout of the color. So personally I like Polychromos. There are other brands also like maybe Prisma colors, which are also known for their good blending, but personally I have not used them yet, so I can suggest you the Polychromos for sure. And also for doing the first layer I have used alcohol marker. If you don't have the alcohol marker, you can also use a sheer wash of the watercolor also. which will give you a flat color. So anyway guys, do practice this one, do try the layering technique with the pencil colors which you have at the moment, because techniques are also very important. Sometimes using the correct technique will also give us better results. And here I am finishing the final look using the fringes at the end. And I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Do let me know your views in the comment section, and also you can definitely write down about any other such tutorials which you want to see on the channel. And do share your recommendations and suggestions also. I shall see you all in the next video. Till then, keep illustrating. Take care. Bye bye.